Your Feelings.
Welcome to F Your Feelings, the greatest podcast to ever exist. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. You know, we just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Hey,
1,000.
1,000 on YouTube.
Okay.
Just hit
Got a
1,000.
We back, baby.
Make sure you like, comment, man. Make sure y'all, and I'm excited because I've been going for a couple weeks. So this is the first episode in a few weeks. But I've been dropping my In My Feelings episodes. So I talk about how, that's just me by myself. I talk about me, how I don't want to live in LA anymore.
I'm so you said in LA. I'm so glad you said in LA.
In LA.
Because I don't want to live. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Right after this podcast is over. Yeah, nigga, this is it. This is the
like few things I want to get over. I don't want to live anymore. I had a special that came out.
This is the series finale. Fuck Your Feelings.
And I'm gonna hang myself live. So make sure you tune in.
We going to the top.
We got a toll to see how long I can survive.
We were sponsored by BetterHelp, but fuck them.
So I don't want to live in LA anymore. And also, I just self-produced my first comedy special that's dropping October 31st. Y'all check out the teaser trailer. If you haven't already, it's on my Instagram, Justin Hires. But yeah, man, it's called Little Man, Big City. I shot it in New York City.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you, man.
How'd it go?
It's good, man.
Hey,
I feel good about it.
Why Halloween?
Why Halloween?
Cheers.
You know, I'm gonna tell you why. You want to know the real reason why I want to drop it on Halloween? Y'all know Ralph Barbosa.
Yep.
Yes.
Y'all know Ralph. He's popping right now. Mm-hmm. He dropping his on Halloween, and so on Netflix. So what I intend to do, I'm gonna put mine out on YouTube on one of my pages, and I'm gonna mislabel it Ralph Barbosa.
Oh, that's funny.
Cowabunga. That's the name of his shit. Yeah. If everybody that's searching for his shit, they're going to accidentally click on my shit. They're probably going to be pissed. They'll be like, this isn't fucking Ralph. Yeah. But I'm going to get that view.
That opening number got to be like, dick in my... Like, I was fucking the shit out of Donald Trump's wife. He's like, what? Hold on. Let me tune in.
And I usually put shit out around holidays for whatever. Like my music, I usually put out around like 4th of July or Christmas and stuff like that. So even though no one's going to be home, I'm going to tell people to watch it before they go trick-or-treating.
How many shows did you do for the special?
Man, so I'm going to tell you, that's a good question, man, that you're asking, because I did 4 clubs all together. Really 6 clubs, I want to say all together. No, 5 clubs. Anyways, about 6 shows. It was 6 shows but when it's edited down, one show I didn't use at all. So I want to say 5 shows in total.
Gotcha.
But I only did like 15 to 20 minutes each show. And the shows were going good. And there was a moment that happened in one of the shows, and I was like, I got to put this out on YouTube. Because I was like, this shit is never going to happen again. Like the ad-lib I had did.
Just spontaneous crowd work?
It wasn't even a crowd work. It was me within my joke. I had just did something within the joke. Remember the good old days before crowd work? Everybody.
We just have material.
When niggas just actually have material.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was doing that, and something magical had happened. I said, yo, this is hilarious. I never did that before in this joke. And I'm like, I just got to put this shit out there. And so I got the footage from the clubs, and then my homeboy Lee was up there, so he was shooting. So I had 2 angles at least at every club. But the way it's edited together, it feels like it's multiple different shots. Nice. And so, man. So, October 31st, Little Man, Big City. Yeah. And it's going down. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to my email list. I think my email list will be up by the time this episode drops. And so if you want to see it early, subscribe to my email list. I had that link in the description. And so you can see it early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Yeah. I can't wait to see that shit.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Now, why you want to leave Los Angeles? Let me ask you that. Because, I'm from here. I'm born and raised, so I get defensive about this. I try to be an ambassador and sell people on stage. I know it's fucking hard, but why do you want to leave?
You know what's so funny, man? So I seen a lot of people from LA hit the like button when I posted that episode. And I was like, what is this? Are they supportive? Is this shade? Are they like, I didn't know where the like was coming from. I was like, are they thinking like, good, nigga, you one less person we have in LA? So I didn't know. So I'm going to tell you why I like LA. But I have a home in Florida. Yeah. And so the weather is the same.
Right. What part was it in?
St. Petersburg. So I'm 10, 15 minutes from the beach. a beach that I can actually get in the water. All we have to worry about is hurricanes.
Nice. Right.
But now y'all got to worry about hurricanes too because of fucking global warming. Yeah. And so I don't know. And so I have a daughter. So I'm trying to see like which school system, but y'all school system may be better because our governor is fucking crazy.
But you got to pay to play here, unfortunately. For the good schools, you got to actually pay like an arm and a leg. Yeah,
and so my wife is in St. Pete right now, and it's just a couple different factors. And then I got a crib in Atlanta. So I got a crib in Atlanta that's a rental home that I rent out to people, and I got a crib in St. Pete, Florida. And so it's like LA traffic isn't good.
It's horrible. I agree.
But I like LA because of the comedy clubs. So that's why I'm still here. And because I do this podcast, so I can kick it with y'all. Right. So that's what's kind of keeping me in LA. So it ain't that I don't like LA. It's just that I have other options. And I'm from Florida initially.
Got you.
Now, when I make enough money that I could get a house in Calabasas or Hidden Hills, my ass will want to be back out here. Yeah. But right now, it's like if I'm living a medium lifestyle, then I could do that better and more comfortably.
And save a lot more money.
And save a lot of money.
I got you.
Yeah, in Florida. So that's the
Does the NAACP still have a trip advisory on Florida? Do they still got it?
I never heard about this.
You didn't hear about this?
What do you think, Dante? You've been talking so much.
Yeah, Dante, welcome to the podcast. Nigga showed up late and then not talking. What the fuck? Welcome, Dante.
I'm here. I'm just really listening to you.
Thank you, Dante. Me and Dante, we got the same birthday, so we birthday brothers.
That's what's up.
Me, him, and Vaughn DiCarlo.
From Vaughn?
Okay.
Yeah, we all got the same birthday. Yeah. Man, let me ask y'all some questions. Nobody don't give a fuck about me.
Well, I just want to catch up. We haven't seen you in a minute.
I appreciate it. Ain't nobody give a shit about me. First, I'm gonna start with Dante.
Okay.
Dante owns his own open mic in it's a clothing store too, right?
It was, but I cut that part down.
You cut that part down.
I shut that part down.
So it's just the open mic now. Man, how did you go about? What made you decide? Because at first it was on Melrose, and that's when it was a clothing store also, and then you had the stand up in the back. What made you decide to open up your own open mic and clothing store? And also, the real question is, where the fuck did you get the money to be able to open up a shop on Melrose?
I borrowed the money from a friend.
Okay.
Yeah. Has it been paid back?
You know what the fuck that means.
What the fuck that means.
Also was one point.
Enough said.
What part of Melrose? Because that's a different. Like the one closer to.
No, he's in the good area of
I
Melrose.
was like, what part of Melrose? Because I've never been there before.
Like Curse, it was on Cursing.
Oh,
yeah, the West Hollywood part, like
so
the good
you
part,
were
where all the
part.
fancy shops are and shit.
Where Valentine was talking about, I saw you walking.
Yeah,
but
it's dangerous there though.
It's dangerous.
Hell yeah, it's dangerous.
Okay, I got robbed 3 times.
3 times?
But I had a good set right before.
At his car?
No, I'm joking. The set was I killed. But what made you decide to do that? Like you into fashion or what was the case?
Yeah, I mean, I had a clothing store before, but like I remember my first year doing comedy. All I did was comedy. My first year. And I had money saved up, but I was burning through that money fast. So I was like, I gotta do something. So I just decided to open a store. Only cost like $8,000 at first. Because I rented out of somebody else's store. You know what I mean? They already had an existing store. I rented out a space out of their store, but then it did well, so I was able to open my own. So
that's dope.
Dante, a hustler, man. He a fucking hustler, man. Dante, the Koreans are killing it right now. He's the prime example. The Koreans are smashing all sorts of media and entertainment. They killing it.
What's the name of your store?
Oh, it's right now. It's just an open mic now. It's called it's Flashback. And it's in Van Nuys now.
Well, let's shout it out. What day and time?
Oh, every single day from 5 to 10. Flashback shop I'm sorry. FB Comedy Mic is the Instagram. So that's how you can sign up. And
all the comics, man. Y'all pull up there. It's a dope spot. That's actually the only open mic I go to in LA.
I heard about Dante's mic before I even met Dante. I heard about the mic. All the comics were telling me.
Yeah. So, did y'all? How long y'all known each other? You two are both Asian descent.
Asian descent.
Do y'all roll together? Like, do Asians stick together out here? Or,
We try.
I think we do a good job.
Yeah.
I'm certain there's one Asian that's like, we don't fuck with him. There's one Asian out here that's like, we don't fuck with him. He's too persnickety.
There is, and I'll tell you off once we're done. I'll tell you who it is too.
Yeah.
He's been in the game for a minute. We don't.
Right.
Yeah, nobody fucks with
Is it
him.
that fan?
Oh no!
Yeah.
No.
Here we go. He doing that.
He just throwing it out already.
Is it that fan from what was the name of that show? Last Comic Stand.
Yeah,
Oh.
that fan.
He won the first season, though.
He
didn't
did, he did.
He got a lot of heat when he
Yeah.
won, but I mean, he
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Hey, man.
You know, I would be upset with you because when I first came out here, I thought it was only one Asian. I did not know it
Where you
was
from originally?
Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Yeah.
You know, so
that
we
makes
heard
sense.
China and Japanese.
Right.
You heard China, not Chinese.
Chinese,
You heard
I'm sorry.
China
Yeah.
and Japanese. Where were you
Chinese and
educated?
Japanese. Chinese and Japanese. So we come over here like, oh, there's Philippine.
Yeah.
There's Filipinos. and-
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna cut.
Come
We
on,
about to cut your mic.
Nah.
You thought it was only Chinese people?
I did. We had,
That's how they-
do you remember?
we're all only-
Everybody Chinese.
Well, just like everybody's Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Out here, they don't
I know,
like
I know.
Yeah.
It's
just-
Chinese,
yeah.
Mexican, and
Yeah, remember the little thing? Chinese, Japanese. Remember that little thing? That's all we had.
so you thought we was both Chinese. You would have left like these two Chinese dudes.
I would not. I would never know what y'all are.
Nah,
I don't know the difference.
No, we
because-
can't. We can't tell.
Right.
That's some true
We
shit,
can't
though.
tell. I can't tell.
That's some true
You know, because
shit.
Ohio,
sometimes.
you probably grew up in one of them restaurants where they served all the Asian food. So you just thought
All black people.
They got sushi and fucking wontons and chow mein and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's just all Chinese.
And Korean barbecue,
Korean barbecue is just
Vietnamese soup.
the one spot in the strip mall.
Yeah, for people who don't want to take chances, like, oh, there's fries, there's the burgers right there. Those are chicken strips, but it was a Chinese restaurant. But it was
They
like,
like the number
all
the
Chinese.
number one orange chicken, number two sushi.
dry shit.
Those
I feel like I
places
got a
be
little
like-
Asian. Was that racist? My bad. I apologize for doing the accent.
Fuck
Those
your
places be
feelings.
like,
Right.
what you wanted? I make for you.
Right.
You know, you be on the menu and shit.
Right.
Be like,
You know,
what you
also
want
here
is?
too, people, the first time they ever met an Armenian too when they moved out.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh.
I did. I
Yeah.
did. I
Yeah,
met
you
you when I
too.
moved out here.
Yeah, Dante
Yeah.
from DC.
Because black women for sure think the Kardashians are white.
And
It ain't until they really started saying Armenian that they was like, but black women still would call them. I'm fucking white
girl,
bitches. Yeah. They don't give a
They're
shit.
closer to white than black.
Armenians?
Yeah.
You think so?
But they like black.
The Kardashians.
Huh? They like
Like
black.
black.
Yeah.
They like black.
Yeah, they
I
like
know.
black.
Fuck three of them.
But can y'all
No joke.
Listen,
can y'all-
they would be some chubby ass girls from Glendale if it wasn't for that money.
That's so true,
All
man.
of
I
them.
heard Chris Rock say
All
this,
of
and it is true. They were saying how young Chris Rock still looked, and he said, "Being rich is the best lotion you will ever."
It really is
And
the
it
best
re-
moisturizer, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's the best.
It
Yeah.
is, bruh. Cause look at J Lo.
Yeah.
She still looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Bitch,
She looks great.
She's a crib keeper.
Yeah.
she's
That bitch
83.
She looks great.
But
Yeah.
do you know who looks amazing now?
Who?
Missy Elliott. Have you seen her?
She has actually.
I don't know if she can look
Come
amazing.
on.
She looks better at age.
on.
No, I agree with him.
Come
She is
on,
looking.
man.
She is looking a lot better at age.
Yeah.
She's
I
a better
never
age.
looked at her like I was like, oh, she's a problem. But now, like, who is this young
She looks better at age.
23-year-old? Of course, money has done her justice, but I'm not putting her on top of nobody. Paul.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You want
I'm talking about what money can do to somebody. Oh, she looks amazing.
She does look really good.
Gosh. Versus the finger waves.
Yeah, but she was never amazing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
she
as in,
just
Dante said, "No, we gonna cut the shit."
and she wasn't amazing. Come on, J Lo is amazing.
yes.
You know,
Yes.
Kelly Rowland is amazing. She tolerable, motherfucker. And that's just when you went from what she was to what she is now. That's tolerable, motherfucker. I mean, goddamn, amazing.
I'm not putting her.
Michael Jordan's amazing. You're like I didn't know
Talk
Steve.
about who don't look amazing anymore. You see the motherfucking alcohol eyes, Michael Jordan. Why is his eyes always
Yeah,
red?
he got dark skinned eyeballs.
God damn, man. That's what happens when you just 2 hours of
Yeah.
sleep and you go play 18 rounds
A
of
lot
golf and then
smoky
gamble.
eyes,
Right.
Smoking. Man, Michael
Yeah.
Jordan, billionaire
Oh,
bloodshot.
alcohol eyes.
Yeah, buddy.
That's billionaire bloodshot eyes. When you become a billionaire,
Bloodshot eyes, right.
when you become a billionaire, you just get bloodshot eyes like that.
I hate when I only see Michael Jordan around white people. It bothers me, man.
Of course, especially when he's giving a tour of his prison.
This dude has to be stopped, man.
Shot them
Anytime you see a sighting of Michael Jordan, you be like, who is all these white folks?
Is that what happens though when you become officially a billionaire?
Yeah.
Is that what happens? Your whole crew changes.
You have to understand, we're in America. You will only become a billionaire because of white people.
Damn.
You're not finna become a billionaire without some assistance of a white man.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
But you don't see him just like accidentally sightings of like walking the, some high school high-fiving some black kids. It's like
Nah, he was never that way philanthropic. Remember what he said back in the day?
Yeah.
Republicans buy Jordans too. Remember that shit?
Let me tell you how non-black Michael Jordan is. This nigga has never appeared or even called in to Inside the NBA.
Oh boy.
Think about that. It airs every night during the NBA season.
He has time.
He's not an interview kind of guy though. He
true.
doesn't really call in much.
Yeah.
The last thing you heard was he texted Stephen A. Smith.
So he said allegedly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He texted him. He would have probably came out and denied it because he said Curry was the best point guard and Mike had a problem with that. That was his text. Nah, Magic's better than Steph.
Right.
That was non-black Michael
Which
Jordan
I agree.
is.
For being a point guard, I think Steph's a shooting guard more than he is a point guard.
I agree with that.
I'm biased though. I'm a Laker.
He plays like a shooting guard, but he still has point guard attributes because he can still pass, but he could score. That's the thing.
Does the
That's what I'm saying.
positions
He's
matter
too
now?
small. They don't. It's positionless. You're right.
It is.
It's
It's heights
positionless.
now.
They don't matter.
Because you
now.
got centers shooting threes now.
It's kind of like guard or forward.
Right.
Yeah, you got stretch fives. You got stretch fives.
Yeah,
now.
anyone
You're
can
right.
play anything.
What was ever the job of the power forward?
You know what? He was supposed to be your goon.
Go hurt somebody.
Right? Every good team has a goon. He was supposed to be your goon. Charles Oakley.
Yeah.
Barkley. Yeah,
Lambeer.
Lambeer.
was a dude.
Yeah.
What's the other dude from the Knicks?
Mason.
Anthony Mason. And then the other guy too. I said Charles Oakley already. Yeah. They're supposed to be a goon, I think. And then Sean Kemp came around and said, "Nah, it's all about me. I'm just dunking on everybody."
This is completely changing subjects, but I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up.
Oh boy.
Did y'all just hear the news about Will Smith and Jada?
Yeah.
No. I thought you were gonna say some shit on Israel and Palestine. I was about to walk out. I was like, I ain't doing this one. Oh, no.
I said, no. You know what's so funny? I do have that in my notes. In my notes, I said, should we be talking about this? I don't know anything. And then I'm like, well, am I bad because I haven't educated myself about this? But I haven't said, Dion.
I said nothing. What?
Hey, look.
Hey, Lee, don't put the camera on me on that part.
Hey.
I can't even explain what I'm not even gonna say what Dion just did. But I oh man, yeah, Lee, don't show his face when it do that, or maybe so.
No,
but man, so I'm in a position where I'm like, I don't know if we should say anything because I'm like, I'm not Palestinian, I'm not Israeli, and so I don't know any other information. I don't know any other facts. I don't know why attacks started happening, and I pray that everyone finds peace.
Me too.
And stop the violence.
Yeah.
I just hope peace is brokered. It's all types are wrong. It's a very nuanced situation. All types are wrong. Dante, what say you?
Yeah, Dante, we ain't the only ones getting canceled
I
today.
like violence.
Oh boy.
I think it should continue.
Oh boy.
We got to kill like 80% of people, man. Come on.
Thanos
You ain't going to tell me.
Korean Thanos in this
Man,
bitch.
look. You ain't going to tell me 80% of the people in this world just need to just die.
80?
70, at least 70.
I would say like 30.
All right.
20.
Yeah, well, other 40 need to get out of our way. You know what I mean? Like,
These are the words of
30%,
Dante
30%.
Chang.
Dante Chang did not represent
Right,
Fuck Your Means podcast.
These are the words Dante Chang. The Fuck Your Feelings podcast is not a representation of Dante Chang's feelings and the
Dante said 80% of people need to go.
Motherfucker, if I was Thanos, I would have snapped twice, motherfucker. Let me see if I get this motherfucker work again, motherfucker. It's all fucked up now.
Kill on, kill off the snapper. Damn, man. Okay, man.
I'm sorry, Will and Jada. I didn't know.
Let's get to Will and Jada, man. So Jada has come out and said that her and Will have actually been separated for 7 years. So
that tracks.
And they lived completely two separate lives.
Oh, that
they
tracks.
live in two separate homes too.
Yep.
That tracks.
Now
They haven't slept in the same bed for years. That tracks.
And everything makes sense now because they went. journalists, they go back and find footage of them together. And when she was promoting Girls Trip, it was like, so how do you guys keep that spark? it was a month after they had filed their divorce. How do you and Will?
But they're not divorced. They just separated.
Right.
Not divorced. They just live.
How do you guys keep
The marriage is a business decision.
Yeah.
I mean, can I tell you something? I mean, being out from here, like the little Hollywood open secret that people have known for a long time. There's a lot of that about them.
I thought you were going to say that Will Smith was gay.
Oh, yeah. He said, I definitely smashed.
Again, I ain't trying to.
Shout out to Will Smith, man.
I ain't trying to get canceled at all. Hey, Will Smith, we love you.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking, though. When I heard this news, I'm like, okay, Will Smith is not with Jada. So the slap. Why? If that's not your chick anymore,
He engaged his ego.
It was obvious misplaced anger. That was misplaced anger.
And engaged his ego. I mean, I agree with Sean too.
It was misplaced anger. He's been just getting dunked on ever since that red pill shit. And that was just a moment.
red table talk?
Red table, red pill, red table.
Like, what Matrix
red
episode?
pill.
Right.
He took a red pill and then went to go slap. No. No. That was all misplaced anger. That had nothing to do about
Obviously.
Chris, unfortunately.
It's
But it's just all types of wrong and
it's
shit
just
that's
strong.
going on in that
And you notice if you go back to the clip, you notice he wasn't even mad at her. He laughed at the joke. And once Jada did a little eye roll, she was like, "Oh,
And tried to save
now I
face.
gotta do something."
Yeah, he said, "Fuck, I forgot we're in
We gotta
character.
do now. I gotta do
We're in
something.
character.
We're in character.
Shit. He did say action. To keep your goddamn name off my wife.
Right.
Damn, man.
By the way, if what have happened should have happened, if Chris would have started throwing back, and if they would have started just squabbing on the stage, Oscars is over. By the way,
Come on, man. Stop stumbling the shit out of me.
funny.
Come on.
Oscars is over, right? Like
Yeah.
if he would have threw back and they
Yeah.
would start like fighting, like really
Yeah.
fighting, Oscars is over. Cancel. We're not coming back from commercial.
But them TikTok views
Right?
will be through the roof.
Right.
Dog, I was at a show when it happened. Right. That's all. Nobody even gave a damn about the show no more.
Wow.
Everybody just looking at it on their phone again and again and again.
That's it.
Everybody was, hey, look at this.
I don't know, man. And someone was saying, Earthquake was saying, like, that she can't possibly really love him if she allowed Will to go up there in the first place. Like, and it's some truth to that. Meaning,
Absolutely.
if you have a real solid woman, soon as you go to get up, she go grab your arm. You ever seen a fight? If you ever seen a fight with two men, the woman is always the one that's saying, stop, don't do this, let's break it up. A legitimate woman.
At least in that circumstance,
And
at least he just embarrassed himself. You know what I mean? It still haunts him. What is it? Almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still
y'all
haunts him.
forever
hearing
will.
it from the reverse though. Cause remember, he said the thing about Jada, and then Will just jumped up. In my head, I keep forgetting that he said, "Keep your name, keep my wife's name out your mouth," and he walked up there. I forget, like if he just got up. You're not thinking like, what is he about to do? He about to give him a hug, like, "Hey, that shit was funny, man."
No. He said that after he sat back down.
After he
Right.
sat back down.
So no one knew. Jada didn't know that he was gonna slap him. Has that ever happened?
But
It's not like he
that's
has a
true.
history.
That's true.
But she could see him move, and once she moved, like, "Oh, yo, what you doing? What you
She
doing?"
know Will.
He went
She
up
know-
calm as hell. He said,
I'm Will Smith.
It looked like he was about to dap his ass up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it did. He just.
But I think you're right though. Like a good woman in your corner would grab you and be like, wait till after.
And she wasn't like.
Wait till after this.
and
Wait
like-
till after
And
this.
she wasn't even.
We'll
mad.
talk
She wasn't
from
even
the
mad. She wasn't even.
backstage.
She showed no remorse about it.
Oh, none.
Because
None.
you could just, I don't know, man. Like she's the one that seems just. I agree. She just seems evil.
It's some sorcery.
I don't
going
know
on.
her. I don't know her. I've never
Yeah.
met her, but I'm just saying, like,
This
there's
is-
something that's really off about her.
This is what I know about women for sure. When a woman makes the mental choice that she no longer wants to be with you, all emotions are now detached from you. Like she
Yeah.
don't give a shit no more. That's why women, when they go through a divorce and they go through that custody and all that shit, that's why they're able to be so vindictive. Because they're like, I don't give some women. I ain't gonna say all women, but that's why some women could be like, so nah, fuck that. I want the kids. I want all the money because they now no longer give a shit about you. It's all about me and how I feel. And fuck
But that's
that.
also emotion too, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to make this guy pay.
Right.
But
So
also-
now I'm being vindictive, and I want to hurt him financially, emotionally, and stuff.
when you
I don't
are-
fuck with you anymore,
when
but I
are-
also want to
are
punish
as
you.
successful as the two of them, it's hard to know that your marriage failed, and people are using you as a template. Like they were that like Will and Jada, like Barack and Michelle.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't admit that I failed. I had the money. I can figure this out. Like people are using us as a template. They're asking us as advice. We have podcasts together. So it's like it's hard to admit like I failed. So let's just kind of stick with this and make this money together. They have a lot of businesses together. So
Well, yeah, they're a business. I mean, just like
Right.
Bill and Hillary are a business. They don't sleep in the same room. Let me ask you this: you think
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Beyonce are a
I,
business?
I was just about to say that. I was like,
Absolutely.
because they don't.
So all marriages is a business. That's a contract.
yeah.
It's
But
a
do you-
business regardless.
It's a partnership. It's a business relationship. Right? Exactly. You want to treat your partner right.
I heard
What you heard?
Jay-Z for many years. We all know this. Jay-Z in New York was knocking them down.
Oh no, that's a fact.
Knocking them down.
And I heard that too.
You think Beyonce is going to shut that down? So I'm certain that he has a lot of contracts. He has a lot of understandings with other women. I'm certain.
So you saying you think Jay-Z got a lot of NDAs with other chicks out there?
Has to, man, because that's his drug.
Well, you have to. That's his vice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because think about him. Before the podcast, we was talking about vices. How all definitely men
Yes.
have vices. And go ahead and state the three.
The three vices that men have is drugs, money, and women. And you can try your best to act like you don't have a problem with the three of those, but one of them niggas gonna take you down.
Now this is your
And
only.
if it's not drugs and money,
Definitely
usually
women.
women.
Gonna be the women. So this is the thing, because we was talking about why I don't drink. I was telling them before the podcast I don't drink because my dad was an alcoholic and he's been clean out for 38 years, and then my brother was dealing with substance abuse and stuff like that. So me seeing that as a kid is why I never
it's very
smoked.
polarizing.
Yeah, and so I never smoked and drank because of that. But what I will say is this, man. My father now, I feel like he doesn't have any visible vices only because he already went through it. So I think age, the only thing that will stop a vice is wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom to know that this shit will eventually fuck you up. That's why my daddy stopped drinking. Because the wisdom said, if I continue down this path,
Yeah.
I'm going to lead to being without a wife. My kids going to hate me. You know, my business going to fail. And so that's why he stopped doing it. And that's the same reason why my dad don't go nowhere. My dad don't got no friends. He don't do nothing. He just stay home.
My dad's a hermit too. Yeah.
That's how, and he stays out of trouble.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
see what I'm
doesn't
saying?
drink, doesn't smoke. You know.
So I think that's the only thing that could really stop you from your vice. The earlier you realize and you have that self-discipline and control,
Self-discipline.
Yeah.
that's the better off you go be.
But my dad ran out on my mom. He's running out women.
But
that
he's
was
ha-
his thing.
That's his vice.
That was his vice. He's running. He was
Yeah. Yeah.
home wrecking.
That self-discipline, man. And you know, it's an ego thing, man. When it comes to women, and a woman says, "Oh my God, this is the greatest ever. You are the biggest ever." I never felt like, oh yes, I love this. This is what it feels like when you're trying to stay with one woman. It's like you telling a joke to somebody. It's like, nigga, that's the funniest joke you ever said in my life. You're like, I gotta tell more people. Like, no, don't tell nobody else. Just tell the joke to me only.
Facts.
It's like, hey, this you said it's the funniest joke ever. I need to tell more people this joke. Like, no.
You only share that joke with me, goddammit.
Like-
You better not share that fucking joke with anyone else on that fucking stage.
It's like, I need to tell this joke. Now you're like,
Hold on, get an analogy again. I missed it. My bad.
when it comes to when a man has a problem with only one woman, and there's like, and then you get the appeal that I am great at sex, I am great with women. It's hard to be like, I'm going to tell you this joke, and this girl's laughing her ass off. He was like, you like that joke? Like, yeah, it's the greatest joke ever. No one has ever made me laugh this hard as in my life. And I'm like, cool. Let me go over here. No. Don't tell nobody that joke. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
you don't better not share that joke with nobody else.
I wanted to tell her, no, that joke is for me. You tell me that joke every single night. You're like, okay. Now you're looking like, hey, knock, knock. Who's there? Hey, who you talking to? I was just no, you was telling her that joke. No, I was not.
You know what? I feel like the only real faithful men, or men that, not even faithful men, but men that don't have lust as a vice or sex as a vice, it's either dudes with whack dick. They fuck game is whack. Small dicks, or super religious. They got to be super religious or super spiritual. So I feel like in fear, this is the other thing. I remember I was talking
before going.
Yeah.
Or has that same energy that your father had, like my dad cheated on my mom, so I'm never gonna do that.
That's
so
right.
Sort of, and it's like I don't ever want nobody to experience that again.
That makes sense.
That's like it's not as common as the other three, but that does exist. I've seen that exist too.
I see how hurt my mom was. I'm never gonna cheat on my wife.
And then she cheats on him. You know, so it's like, which side do you want to be on
That's
at
life.
this point? You know,
It's crazy how life rolls like that sometimes.
but yeah, damn, I forgot the point I was getting to when it comes to. But I feel like those are like the reason, and what you just said too. I feel like those are the reasons that would keep a man. But yeah, from fucking around. But the wisdom. But this is something I was trying to make a joke out of this. I have.
Damn it! I'm sorry, bro.
No, not right now. I'm saying just in my stand up when it just comes to. A lot of times what men do, they do is because of a man is searching. Some men are just lustful, and then some men are searching for peace. And if you always arguing at home, well, a whore, nothing cures a headache
No strings
like a
attached.
whore.
No strings attached.
You know,
Bro, I used to, back at my 20s, we'd go to strip clubs, me and my boys, and we'd always laugh at that one married dude that was by himself. Like, look at this fucking loser.
Idiot.
I'm never going to be this guy.
Yeah.
This guy by himself at the strip club. Until I got in a 7-year relationship. And I was like, I apologize to all married men who go to strip clubs by themselves. I get it.
Yeah.
You just want something young and pretty just to smile at your ass.
Just talk to you.
And I'll pay for it.
and someone not to be argumentative, not to be
Yeah.
argumentative. It's
Like,
like
I fucking get it.
yeah, like I can talk to you and not have to argue back and forth about whatever my thought was just now.
Oh, let me share this joke with you.
Knock knock, who's there? Dick. Right. You know, this dick in your.
Thank you for laughing at my jokes, sweetheart.
right. Here's $50.
Sean, I wanted to bring this up, man, because
Yes,
you produce your own comedy shows at the Ice House.
Hey.
Sean Porter and Friends.
Yeah,
is the
Dante
name.
got a show over there too, yeah.
Oh, Dante got a show over there.
Yeah, they letting all the Asians work
So,
over there.
this is good then. So this is good. How do y'all go about promoting y'all shows? Like
that's
to get people, because when I've come to your shows, every time it's always sold out, it's always packed. So like, what methods or tactics are y'all using to make sure a crowd shows up?
Bro, I've been fortunate. I bust my ass to just get a little small following, you know. But I think it you know, I'll go bark like Dante and I always talk about inside baseball about this shit. Like, I'll go to the local fucking Macy's and the local mall with flyers in my hands.
Got you.
And
Okay.
drop them shit off and talk to all the, you know, receptionists and the counter people and employees and shit, just local. I'll do that. I'll bark on the street. It don't matter. I just want to have a packed house. But then also, I think being from here also helps. I've got like a little following. And then every time I'm at the Ice House, when I'm working on any other show, they let me plug the shit out of my show. Nice. So I'm always plugging that shit, man. So I've just been fortunate just to gather like a little follow. And then also, though, too, comics talk.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I got the hottest fucking show.
Yeah.
Like, comics leave with cash in their hand that night.
Nice.
This is a
Not
fact.
no-
He's paid me.
Not no fucking Venmo 3 weeks later when
Yeah.
the check clears. Even if I have to come out my own account.
Wow.
I want to make sure you got money in your hand, pay well, and it's a hot fucking crowd, and then just bring that energy every goddamn time.
And the Ice House pay you that night too, so
Yeah. Dope.
you know, and they got that good check.
Wow.
They got that.
They
good
got that
check.
Lakers check.
Yeah, they got that
Yeah.
check that clear right then.
right.
You know, how sometimes checks
Yeah.
don't clear unless you got that cash. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in your account,
Yeah.
that shit just
Like
clear
Laker
like
checks.
It's in your account even before you
Right.
put deposit in.
Damn,
Right.
because like the Bus family owns it, right? One of the Bus sons.
The oldest son, yeah.
Damn.
I don't know if this is too much to ask, but do they threaten you if like, hey, tickets kind of low, we gonna have to figure out something else, or
Yeah, so you know, like I tell the comes about that place, because they came from another world.
right?
They're just about that business. So if you
Yeah.
bring them good business, they'll
Yeah.
fuck with you.
Yeah.
It's like
Because how
big
much
business.
grace? Because I remember I used to have a spot at the Comedy Union. They gave me like 3 weeks. They was like, yeah, let's tap you out. So
That's, you know, I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
like,
how
I don't
much
know
I
what it
talked to
feels
him a
like.
little bit about it.
I don't know what it feels like to not have people show up.
yeah.
I mean, like I don't know.
it wasn't a one man show. I'm just saying, like,
Right.
it was like it's like we're not making enough money for the wait staff. And-
I've seen some shows there
Yeah.
come and go.
Right.
Within one
Right.
or two, you know, I've seen, because the numbers aren't working out. But I think that was also refreshing, though, because again, they didn't come with it wasn't no jaded comics here who are booking now looking for type of transactional shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You didn't have that old, like, just, it was just brand new. So it's like, all right, you bring good business, we don't give a fuck who you are.
yeah,
Right.
You don't get in the pantheon or the ranking of comics and shit. It wasn't that politics. Like, right off the bat, you just have to make sure the shit is packed.
Yeah. Dante, what you do to promote your shows?
Honestly, it's sometimes I don't know if he runs like this. It all depends. Like sometimes like I post and they'll kind of just sell, but sometimes it don't. So you got to just kind of figure out who's gonna push it. Sometimes some people just naturally draw. Some people it's just different.
Y'all don't do it like
every show,
IG ads. Y'all don't do like Facebook ads or IG ads. Or?
It depends. I do if the numbers don't look. If I'm not happy with where the numbers are, then I like I'm gonna pull out I'm gonna pull out an ad and target it toward a certain area or whatever. Like I want to do what he do more. Like I want to do the the self promo. Hit the streets. But the thing is, I don't want to do it. So I want to tell. Honestly, I tell somebody, yo, you want to get on the stage? Go pass out these fucking 5,000 flyers.
Right, yeah, make it do it. No.
You should do that with the newer comics, the newer dudes that's trying to get on.
I give you 5 minutes in the beginning. I
always say that's why I got fired from Crack 'em Up Thursdays. I was the host for Crack 'em Up Thursdays in 2009, and Nichelle was like, that's the woman that runs Crack 'em Up Thursdays, and I was on MTV at the time. Like I was on a show called Disaster Date. And she was like, Justin, I need you to take some flyers and pass them out on Hollywood Boulevard. I was like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Do you think I, Justin Hires, the star of Disaster Date?
Justin Hires.
The star of Disaster Date, the show that no one watched. Are you thinking I'm going to pass out these flyers on Hollywood Boulevard? And she was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, we're going in a different direction.
Yeah, man.
I straight up did that. So someone asked me to do that because I didn't want to make the person upset. I literally gave comedians. I somehow convinced some comedians like, "Yo, I know you're not on this show, but pass these things out for me, dog. When I get up, when I'm able to get some more power, I got you." And they'll do it. You know what I mean? And I did take care of them when I could, but it was like, yo, I don't want to do it. But they need it because they're not gonna get mad as long as the job is done.
Right.
You know what I mean? As long as the flyer is out there, what can they say? If you told somebody to do something, but they're like, all right, they delegated to someone else, you'd be like, all right, well, at least they got it done. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna actually kind of piggyback on a question that you asked a little while back, which is when they cancel a show. I was talking to my stand-up agent, and he was like, we'll go try to get you some one-nighters. He still hasn't gotten me any. But that's neither here nor there. Some people do their job, some people don't. So, so anyways, but he was saying the clubs was like, I think he had hit up a Funny Bone or something. And they was like, all right, we'll look at giving Justin a date, but if he doesn't sell at least 137 tickets, we're going to have to cancel the show. And I said, well, how many weeks in advance do I need to sell these tickets before they cancel the show? Because we know a lot of people don't buy tickets until the day.
I was just about to say that. My show sells out week of.
Yeah.
That's the earliest it sells out. Wow. It's literally few days before because it's Los Angeles.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody,
I've been panicked.
I've even heard Rick Ross say that. Rick Ross is like, even for his ticket sales, most of his fans, they don't buy until the day of or the week of or something like that. Yeah. So I'm like, how many weeks in advance would I need to? Because here I am, I would be promoting it, and then now I got to post on my Instagram, sorry guys, the show's being canceled. Now I look lame as fuck.
Right.
And then I'm also thinking, so to answer the question, he said 2 weeks. You would need to sell 137 tickets 2 weeks prior to the show.
That's not right. I mean, it just because I feel like that's somebody that doesn't really know how comedy business works.
Well, he'll say, well, I run the Funny Bone.
Right. And there's a lot of mediocre ass gatekeepers.
Yeah.
There are.
Yeah.
You know, what I also do too, though, is I know money talks. So I like to financially incentivize my comics. I'll be like, look, you promote this shit, we sell it out, I get a bonus, which then I just give to all the comics. Oh, so you make more money. I'll even tell my headliners that too, because you know headliners come and think I'm a headliner. I don't have to fucking promote. I'll post this shit on my story once or whatever.
Right.
But I'll tell them like, look, you got this money coming, but if you actually promote this shit, you got more money coming.
Right.
Yeah. Just ask me after the podcast. I tell you some tricks that might work for that. You know, if you want to take it so early, but sorry, if y'all want to know, y'all gotta pay me, motherfucker. Justin's my boy. Justin might get this shit for free, but you gotta pay.
To my Patreon.
Right.
Sean might get this shit for free.
Tell him.
But you ain't gonna tell y'all shit.
You subscribe to Dante's
You
OnlyFans.
subscribe to all that still ain't gonna tell you shit. I can send you a picture of my butthole. That's about it.
Just took an odd turn.
I don't know y'all motherfuckers like that.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. So I haven't done it in one-nighters, and but that's part of the reason. Like I was just telling somebody, that's why I started posting all the reaction videos, and I got some more clips, and that's why I'm putting out the special to really start branding myself as a comedian and start really to build my own fan base. Yeah, so I don't have to be dependent on that shit.
Yep.
Because when I'm looking at anybody, I'm talking about anybody from the Andrew Schultz to Matt Rife now to Akash Singh, anybody, 85 South Show. It's like, yo, they don't have to depend on anybody. Because they have a fan base, they're going to go sell out. They will work. As long as they could keep coming up with new material every time they go on the road, they will continue to get funny material every time they go on the road. No, that's some real shit. You just can't be bombing and shit like that. Right. But as long as they continue to come up with funny material every time they go on the road, they will always work.
Yeah. I mean, you know, social media is, I see it as a necessary evil. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't be on it. I'd just be like, just the good old days where you could just be funny in the clubs and work your way through the club circuit just by writing good jokes. I mean, it's a necessary evil.
Comedy stays pure that way. That's why I think you feel, I don't know if that's why you feel like that, but that's how I feel. Like comedy's, that's when comedy was at its purest.
Everyone's doing these crowd works, and I know it's throwaway material. I know it's good because it's good promotion.
And guess what you do with throwaway shit? You throw it in the trash.
There's a lot of throwaway jokes, but it's also becoming an improv sort of show. So a lot of people want to see those improv jokes. They're like, I want to be a part of the show. I want to be on the clip. I want you to make fun of me. I want to be a part of this experience.
Right.
So that's why a lot of these, like, you know, like Nate Jackson and Matt Rife are killing right now because people, hey, talk about me. I want, you know what I'm saying? Talk about my life.
That's true. People want,
because everyone has a TikTok, everyone has an Instagram where it's about them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's almost like the new getting a selfie with your celebrity.
Yes.
It's like, oh shit, did you see me in
I was in it. Yeah.
Nate Jackson's clip? Did you see me in Andrew Schultz's clip? Did you see me in Matt Rife's clip? It's so true. I just seen I went to go see Matt Rife in St. Pete. He performed at the Mahaffey Theater.
Dope.
2 sold out shows.
Nice.
Okay, killing it. And a part of me was thinking, like, I wonder if people go shout out during his show because he posted crowd work clips. And sure enough, they're drunk white women. Started yelling out. They had to escort somebody out. Now, he handled it, he handled it with grace. He handled it very professionally. He was able to make jokes out of the shit that was happening. But it does interrupt the show. Yeah. You know, it does impede on your thought process and your timing and your momentum. It does impede on all of that, all of the crowd work.
Would you say that used to happen? Or, I mean, that's just been that way with comedy since like day one, but now we can just, you know, post it.
I feel like it's always been.
It's happening more because of.
I think it's definitely it has to be an uptick in people shouting out. It has to be because now they're thinking there's something about it. There's some people like youth who they think that's what stand-up comedy is.
Being funny on the spot.
Yeah, being funny on the spot,
right. And
also I could yell out something and the comedian's gonna talk to me. So what we were just saying, like they're going to the show for that experience. Yeah. Right. So there's some people that's going there just to watch the comedian and hear what they got to say, and then there's other people that's showing up and they're like, oh, I hope he calls on me. I hope he asks a question because I want to say something. Or, but like I seen at Matt's show, a woman just was like, I want to tell you a story about how you saved me. It's like, bitch, ain't nobody talking to you. Ain't nobody asking you no question. Ain't nobody prompt you. And you're still like, I'm coming to this show because this is my opportunity to talk to a comedian that I like.
I want to go viral.
And I want to go viral.
Yeah. Right. For clout.
And have a dildo.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with anything. She watching Matt show with a vibrator. I have something to tell you. But the show was good, though.
I always think there's always one drunk person at a club everywhere in the country. There's always that one person who just thinks this is an interactive thing. It's like, no, you wouldn't do that on fucking Broadway. Interrupt some shit. Like
unless you started seeing clips of Broadway and they was doing crowd work. And then, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then people would be like, hey, fucking interrupting Hamilton. Right. You're like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm trying to get these bars off.
Some people really don't know, though. They really don't know.
Really
especially when they watch these clips. They think, oh, they did it in that Matt Rife clip. Let me see if I could just talk to Justin for a little bit.
Right.
Let me see if I could. Where's my? They're probably waiting for that moment. Like, all right, that's a good time. Justin.
Now I interrupted Matt at least 4 times. I said, hey, I'm a comedian. Pick me. I didn't do that. Pick me, man. Anyone? No. Anybody?
But sadly, here we go. Watch, we all comedians. If you only can pick one, exclusively jokes of your caliber, or exclusively crowd work, which one would you pick?
For me,
Jokes.
Yeah.
jokes.
As in, if something happens in the crowd, you have nothing.
Oh, what you mean? So you saying if someone
The other one's gone. So
You had to pick one lane.
yeah, if there was
Jokes.
So if something breaks or somebody say, "Ha ha, you're hilarious," you be like, I gotta stick to my material.
I think crowd work.
See, I like both, bro.
I know that they
I
both-
can't not, you know.
I know they're both, but what I'm saying is like
You had to pick one.
Yeah, I think crowd work initially was kind of like a tool
as
to
a MC.
as an MC, and if
Host.
something a host, if something was to happen, you're able to talk about it, and or if you don't got no material, you know, well, let me pick on somebody in the crowd to get a joke off.
Right.
Because my material isn't working, but now it's like it's becoming a part of the show,
Yeah.
and the
I've
crowds
seen-
like it.
I've seen people who has no crowd work, and they like, yeah, so blah 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 punchline. They like,
Crickets.
yeah, and it's like I have to stay on my. I'm pressing play. I don't
And
know how
also,
to.
you got to recognize when a joke fucking sucks dick and bombs as a comic.
got
And be like,
acknowledge it.
all right, well, that sucked.
Yeah,
So now you're addressing everything that just happened in the room,
Yeah.
which is a living, breathing organism.
Yeah.
Now everyone's in on it. Now everyone can relax. That awkwardness goes, and you move on to the next shit. But you gotta like recognize it in the
yeah.
room.
The worst thing is I had this long ass setup for this joke, and right when my punchline happened, someone dropped a big ass bowl.
Oh, that's happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is she all right? And I'm like, I was like, the bad thing about it, she had a. And I was like, is she good? Oh my God, it spilled in my purse. I'm hearing people yelling, and I'm like, I don't know how to get out of this. So I was like, now I had to address, like, now I'm in this weird position, y'all, that should I tell y'all just the punchline, or should I tell this whole thing again? Cause that was my closer, y'all. Y'all understand that?
Right.
That was my
Right.
closer.
You didn't
So I don't know.
step on that shit.
Now they having fun with me. I was like, so like this dude. I was like, nah. Y'all ain't gonna set me up for failure.
But you're recognizing it in the
right,
room.
right. That's the crowd work of it.
Right.
But I'm saying is that if I was a strictly robotic, I'd be like
Right.
chili
Yeah.
cheese sauce.
And there are OGs, there are legends who was only crowd work guys. Like Don Rickles had no material.
Yeah. Y'all know Jimmy Brogan?
Right? I was just about to bring up Jimmy.
last
I was
name
just
was wild.
Jimmy Brogan. Why?
He's
I
like
thought
a
you said
historian.
broken.
The dude's
Okay.
like a historian of comedy. Jimmy Brogan.
Okay, see, I've never had an in-depth. I need to get him on the podcast. I never
You should. I've been trying to sell Jimmy on a podcast for years, but the guy's 85 years old, so he
Well, that's the point I was about to
he
get
has
to.
so many stories.
That's the point I was about to get to. Jimmy Brogan is all he does is crowd work. He has
all
no
he does.
material.
Dope.
All he has is crowd work.
Jay Leno's head writer, right? Tonight Show.
Oh, he was his head writer?
He was his head writer at Tonight Show. No material.
So he got no material. This guy's incredible. So he kills. I see him at the Comedy Chateau. We do the Comedy Chateau a lot. He kills, right? I told him this was like the beginning of when crowd work clips were starting to really start to pop. I said, hey man, you need to just. I said, all you gotta do is record you doing your crowd work, and you go pop. He was like, no, it's a lot to it, and the crowd gotta be mic'd, and I'm like, you old nigga.
Yeah.
Just listen
He's
to
85.
someone young.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Just,
so
I've had 3 separate conversations with him about the same thing in the big green room.
I see you better than me, because in that one moment, I knew it was a waste of my energy to continue this conversation with him about that.
Yeah.
Because soon as I said that, and that was if your first instinct was, hey man, I'm glad you just told me that, shit, I might try that. If that wasn't your first goddamn rebuttal back,
Yeah.
I don't want to. There's no more talking.
He's like our parents, though. He is who he is.
Yeah.
You're not going to change a person.
But
I told him to put all them stories on the podcast.
Okay.
I was
See,
like,
I ain't
just-
never
you
heard the
gotta-
story, so I've only seen the crowd work.
He told me about how Sam Kinison, he first met Sam Kinison. Like, was just backstage at the Improv. He was like, he drove all the way up from Houston, Texas, because he heard about some comic in New York that's killing it and has no material. He said he had to go see it for himself.
Wow. See, that's incredible. But like you said, is he really 85?
No, I don't think so. I think
But
he's
like,
in his 70s. But
he's in his 70s. He looks like he's in his
He's in
70s.
his- yeah.
But this is what I realized too. It's like, yeah, he is set in his ways. But man, I got another homeboy who
I mean, Rick Ingram's a great example too.
Yeah, but
I mean,
does he record his crowd work? I don't follow him on Instagram or anything.
He doesn't record much. He doesn't post anything.
That's how he opened up for Chris Rock. Chris Rock seen him doing his crowd work, and Chris Rock was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take you."
This dude's on the Mount Rushmore crowd worker guys right now. Wow. He's like a fucking psychologist on stage. Rick Ingram's a fucking beast with it.
But this is what I realized too, man. And me and one of my homeboys was talking about one of our other homeboys that don't do enough shit. And ultimately, what it comes down to, no matter how you want to slice it, is how bad do you really want it? And that's a real conversation that everybody that's trying to achieve anything that they say is their dream and goals have to have with themselves.
Facts.
God damn it, this camera would go out during Oh, okay, it went out during your camera. Fuck you. This is a question. Hold on, I'm gonna finish this, then I'm gonna get yours back. But this is a real question that everyone really has to think is like, how bad do you really want it? I know comics that don't go up every night. I know comics that don't put out shit online. It's like, okay, you can do that, but we're not in the 90s and we're not in the early 2000s no more.
But it's like when you make it, like, why should I work hard on your calendar when I'm doing well in my very mediocre life? Like if I was making, let's just say $20,000 a month from just doing podcasts, they'd be like, Dion, you got to get on stage, bro. Like, you're funny. You're naturally funny. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, you could be making millions. I'm like, yes, I could, but I'm happy here. So a lot of people were like, I'm happy in this stage, but you could be a legend. And it's like I know I can be ripped.
Like I think it goes to, like, you got to do what makes you happy. You got to do what feeds your soul. If it doesn't, for some reason, like, I don't know why, whenever I do something just because I said, oh, this could possibly get you to the next level, it make me miserable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to do this shit.
Yeah.
I respect
I'm supposed
that.
to do this just because.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like for some reason, then when I did do it, it didn't really do shit.
Right.
Because there's no passion behind it.
Yeah.
If
That's
there's
true.
no passion behind something, for some reason, it
That's
just
so
falls on
true.
his ass.
Yeah.
That's
For
true.
some reason, it just does. Like, you know, and you could have, sometimes I feel like you could have passion with absolute nonsense and it will go somewhere. Just because people can smell that shit on you. You know what I mean?
I agree with that 1,000%.
That's come from here. Like, to Justin's point about wanting enough, I tell these younger comics all the time, it's like, listen, man, you treat this like a part-time job, you gonna get part-time results. That's how it is. That's how me and my partner, my girl, just telling her, is like, why you got to be out in these streets tonight? You don't have a gig tonight. Why? Because I'm working even when I'm not working.
Wow.
That's what I used to
Because
say.
ain't nobody booking a comedy store on the couch.
Wow.
Ain't nobody booking a comedy store and me playing fucking GTA on the couch. I gotta be out in these fucking streets.
You got to.
If you want it enough.
Yeah.
If you want it enough.
But it's also talent versus who you know, though. A lot of talented people, man.
We know
but they
all
on the
those
couch.
cats.
They on the couch.
And then the vice versa.
And
We
then
know
the people
who are
that's
not
everywhere. And it's
but
like,
they
dude,
out in these streets.
How
they
was
work
he
their
opening
ass-
up
right.
for so and so?
Right.
Because he's driving. He wants it.
Right.
Like, he has no jokes. But he gonna get jokes.
Right.
He's opening up for so and so.
Right.
Because it's about the energy. I want to work with you. I like
Right.
your vibe, man.
Right.
Like you.
I like
Right.
you.
Like
man.
ability. I always talk about
wanna-
that.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's so, man.
There's a
like
reason why you see some character actors in every single movie because he's not a piece of shit on
Right.
the because everyone in the production gets along with him.
I
Yep.
like you, man.
And he comes to work and he's a
You're
professional.
fun.
Yep. You're fun to
It's
be
like-
around. Are you a good hang?
What about
Are
Paul?
you kidding?
He has a bunch of accents. He has range. Yeah, he's an asshole.
He's
man.
a penis.
And if you're gonna be a piece of shit like that, you better be funny.
Yeah.
So you know
better
what?
be
Honestly,
talented.
it's not even
Talented,
the funny. You just better produce. You better just make money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I've
you
seen
better
people
be.
when they assholes and they funny, but still nobody fucking with you.
Right.
If you an asshole and you can make, you guys got to draw money. You got to make money.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be. Yeah.
You got to put money in my pocket, motherfucker.
gotta
I
be
got
up.
to deal with your punk ass.
Right.
Like, oh, come on, man. I
Right.
don't care how funny you is. I know someone that's cool and funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody here cool and funny.
Right.
Fuck,
Yeah.
might as
You
well
gotta
get one of
bring-
y'all.
yeah.
That's a
Get this
fact.
motherfucker.
Could
Come
you
on
deal
now.
with somebody was like, hey, man, I want your bitch ass to my show. I want your ugly ass my show. Here, 100,000. Would you sell it? Would you be like, hey, man, you ain't going to be calling me these names. Would you be like, all right, man.
Nah,
I mean, hey man, you know what? We'll talk about me being a bitch ass later, but I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna rock this shit.
you got arrogant money? You got arrogant money?
You know, it's true. Even with this podcast, because I be having comedians hit me up And so it's like, well, who do I want to actually spend time with today?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, who do I actually want to kick it with today?
That part, man.
So even with Dion, someone else was supposed to do it today, and they had to move it to next week or week after next. And I was like, who's a comedian that I haven't talked to in a while that I want to chop it up with and hang with?
That part.
I hit up Dion.
Appreciate you, bro.
You know,
Well, because
I appreciate
again,
you coming
like
through.
Dante said, that passion, you can see it permeate through the goddamn podcast.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
You can also hear and feel when someone's stale or empty inside. You can feel by the numbers and going through. You can feel that shit too. I ain't fucking with this.
It's weird to see somebody like they talented, their jokes well written, but they just do it. You could just tell, like, oh man, I gotta just get this out. Like it's just a weird energy that's for some reason doesn't resonate.
Right? It's almost
I've seen
like
that. Yo,
it's
you
almost like
dope.
you're a better
actually
comedy
dope.
writer.
No, dude, they
but
actually
not a
dope
performer.
because there's sometimes it's the intent. Like you could tell you just doing this just to try to move up instead of being like, yo, I really love this.
I
shit.
really love this shit.
It's a different energy that's unexplainable.
So true,
because you
bro.
can feel it. You know what I
feel
mean?
it,
You
man.
can feel
Hey,
it.
you know what? This is something. This is kind of pivoting a little bit, but Drake put out a new album called For All the Dogs, and Joe Budden on his podcast was saying the things that he feel like Drake need to kind of should be doing, and hang around older people, and Drake is the culture, so he could dictate what's cool. He don't have to follow what the young kids are doing and stuff like that. Now, the clips that's gone viral has been all the shit talking that Joe Budden was doing. But if you watch the full episode, he does praise Drake on several other songs. There's several other songs, if you watch the full episode, where he's like, yo, but I like this song, that song go hard, that beat go hard.
But that's not good for clickbait.
That's not good for clickbait. But then I seen Drake, and I would consider I'm a fan of Drake. Like, I like Drake. Drake is one of them. He's in my top 5, and anybody that disagrees.
Current or all time?
All time.
All time.
Drake is in my top 5, my personal top 5. When he spits actual bars, not
Nice, man.
when he spits actual bars, not the same song and stuff, but when it's poetic. So that's just for me. That's and I can understand anybody that disagree. So I'm a fan of his. So when Joe Budden was saying the things that he was saying, I'm like, well, and Joe Budden will admit, he said, I'm a stan of Drake, meaning like I'm a fan of him. I'm very critical because I'm such a fan of him, and I expect so much from him.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, because Drake got on social media. He was like, Joe Budden, he went and did typed out this long monologue, dissertation, and he went in on Joe Budden.
You are a failure.
You're a failure. He was saying Joe Budden's a failure. He was like, I have my own plane and you sit and coach, or whatever the fuck he was saying. But then when I was like, okay, how do you know when to separate hate from constructive criticism? Because if he was to really, if Drake was really to take a step back and listen to what Joe Budden was saying, not just the clips, but the full perspective, I think he would be able to say some of this shit might be factual.
When you can make that difference is when your ego is in check. That's when your
Also-
moral compass is straight and your ego is in
When your
check.
ego
That's
is in
when
check.
you can actually hear it.
Also, when you
When your
violate,
ego's
I like that.
I don't think what Joe Budden did was hating because
But Drake saw it as hate.
Drake saw it.
I have a theory like this too because everyone else around Drake is probably, Drake. They don't even tell him the truth. You know what I mean? I believe this. If you say you were to say something to me, be like, yo, like that's. What do you think about what about say that joke? What if you say it like this? Or what if you try it this way? To me, that's constructive criticism. If you just be like, oh, that's trash. That's hating. You know what I mean? Because you're not doing anything to better the situation. You're just trying to
But he saw it as that, though.
Yeah.
He saw that constructive criticism as hate.
Yeah.
That's all he heard it. And that's his ego who heard it.
you gotta look at it as relationships. Like, so when you volunteer the information, it feels like hate. If I was like, I don't like your shirt, Justin.
Instead of asking.
I don't
Right,
like
instead
it,
of
man.
asking.
Versus, somebody's like, how do you feel about my shirt? It's not for me, but I mean, it looks good on you.
Constructive
like,
criticism.
that's constructive. But if I just open up and like, this nigga's shirt, man, I hate your shirt.
Yeah.
Man, I have a story about that, man. In the early days, this one OG, I won't name names, but I'll tell y'all after. But
Court Holcomb?
He ripped,
You just volunteered.
he ripped my set to shreds
Yes.
and picked it apart minute by minute.
Black or white?
And I got in the car.
TK Kirkland?
I ain't giving no clues. But man, I on the car ride home, and I was like, man, this motherfucker doesn't know shit. This old ass motherfucker. And I'm like, you know what? He's right.
He's right.
Really?
He's right.
But did you ask for it? Or did you like, hey,
yeah, because because I asked him. Because
okay,
he came
well, that's good.
To watch
That's
me.
good.
He
That's
came
different.
to watch me. He watched my set.
That's different.
But
and
you know
then
what?
Tore my pride to shreds.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, though? I'm about this life. I'm not going anywhere. This motherfucker's been in it for damn near 30, 40 years.
That's different if you ask for it.
And he's right.
Versus
he knows way more than I do.
He stopped you in the parking lot and said, hey, before you go.
Right.
Well, I said Corey Holcomb because I was listening to Joe Coy. I know, my bad, that mic keep turning like that, Dante. I know it keep. Joe Coy was on a podcast recently, and he was saying how he had to thank Corey Holcomb because he had just opened up for Corey Holcomb and destroyed. And afterwards, he riding back with Corey Holcomb, and he was like, so that was great, huh? And then Corey was like, yeah, you was funny, but he was like, I don't know anything about you. And he was like, and so he realized that's when he needed to start talking about himself more. Kevin Hart gave me the same note years ago. He seen me at the Ha maybe 2009. This is when Tori, his ex-wife, started doing stand-up. And he seen me. I had a good set. And Kevin was like, man, you funny. He was like, but talk about yourself more.
I can't say that, man. Everyone has different type of styles of joke. Like Mitch Hedberg, we have no idea what he does.
Yeah.
Who he is.
That's true.
Like,
Jerry Seinfeld doesn't get vulnerable. He doesn't talk about himself.
Such a good writer. You have to be an exceptional writer.
But what I'm saying is, like, when you have great, like, a mind,
Yeah.
I can just write jokes.
I agree with you.
Like,
Jerry
you don't have-
Seinfeld says that all the time. I mean, he's observational, but you don't know
No, I agree
anything
with
about
you,
Jerry
but
Seinfeld's
you have to be
life.
really, really
Right.
good to
Right.
not make it
But you
impersonal.
can't tell him, like, hey, we know more about your life, man. Like,
But I lean that way, though.
So Dion Lack is saying, fuck Corey Holcomb and Kevin Hart. Hey, man. Shout out to Fuck Your Feelings.
but the problem with having those Mitch Hedberg jokes is it's easily stealable.
Yeah.
So I can use that joke.
Oh, there's a lot of Mitch
So-
Hedberg fucking
Right. So
wannabes,
that's
yeah.
the only problem about not being personal with your jokes. But a lot of people personal jokes can still be stolen. But when you have like those cookie cutter, this is my observation. Like
Right.
I can't think of his damn name. But he has 2 Netflix specials. But I don't have no idea who he is.
Anthony Jeselnik.
No, he plays the guitar. He has like a little pictures that he
Bo
draw-
Burnham. Oh, I know you're talking about with the pictures.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, he said I haven't.
was that? I don't even-
He
I
said
don't
I just
know.
bought myself an L-shaped couch.
I know exactly
It
what
was a
you're
lowercase
talking
L.
about. And all the comedy fans is like, you cunts, you all fucking don't know.
Yeah.
Comedian that draws pictures. Now, I know this.
And he plays while he talks. He has a little guitar. Brilliant mind,
Yeah.
Dimitri Martin.
Dimitri Martin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he had
Yes.
a show on Comedy
But
Central.
No
Yeah.
one knows that. Nope, nothing about him.
He need to come out with a new special. I ain't
Yeah.
seen nothing from him in a while.
Yeah.
But so anyways, I mean, I think that's important that we always just remember like the different, because I remember someone on Vine. I remember when I was on Vine, and someone said to me, it's so funny because this piggybacks on something Keenan Baker told me that I didn't mention on that episode of the podcast. But anyways, I'm on Vine and I started doing well on Vine. And a comedian said, man, all you do is scream all your punchlines. And I was like, I didn't ask him for that. That was just a comment. And I said, this nigga done figured me out. I was like, he's correct.
The cheat code.
That was my cheat code for Vine. I would yell like, ah! Whatever the punchline was, I would just scream. And I was like, damn, this dude. And I said, now, if my ego wasn't in check, or if I wasn't receptive to that, I could be like, man, he just hating on me.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm like, no, that was
Right.
a valid. He's looking at that like, yo, that's what you do. Here goes some construct. This is constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
take it as hate if you want to take it as hate, but I'm just letting you know, nigga, all you do is yell your punchlines.
Right.
He was correct. So
Yeah.
to piggyback on what Keenan Baker told me on one of the episodes, he was like, I was like, man, I don't know if I be picking up followers on Instagram. And he said, well, you not doing anything to make people want to follow you, because he said sometimes you will tell your punchlines on Instagram. He talk about my current shit. He was like, sometimes it look like you sleepy or you barely want to say the joke. And I remembered also part of the reason why I do that is because I'm at home. That's number one. So I'm just chilling. I want to exert the least amount of effort, but I wanted to prove to myself that I could write funny punchlines or say a funny punchline without it being a big act out, without me hollering and yelling, that I could let the clip be the setup, and then whatever I say after that be a very punchline that I'm not yelling or doing an act out for.
2 points to that real quick. 2 points to what you're talking about. Ali Wong has this great thing where she talks about how testing out new material, she would literally whisper into the mic when she's testing out
And that's the
new
Chris Rock. That's
material
actually the Chris Rock recipe.
to see if, not animated, see if these words that I just wrote are bars.
Funny by itself.
Yeah, she do that.
And she would whisper it. And if that got a laugh just by whispering, that was one of her tests. The second thing I was going to say is anytime any OG gives me any feedback, whether they fucking hate it or it's constructive or it's good job, I'm just thankful that any of these OGs appreciate that shit. A younger comic would be like, "Fuck you, I know everything. fuck what you're saying. I don't you old ass dinosaur and all that shit." No, I'm respectful and I'm fortunate because I study this shit.
Right.
I'm a student of this.
Right.
And I heed their like advice, whether it's bad or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that comes with, again, a checked ego.
Yeah.
Check the ego. Hey man, we about to get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Amazing episode. What's y'all socials? I can't talk. What can they see y'all? What's y'all socials? Where they can find you at? Any other podcast y'all doing or what? Let them know.
Yeah, so start with me. My name is Dion Lack. My social is 287-556-39.
That is the worst.
So stupid.
That is the worst Instagram handle.
Oh, social security number, man.
Was it your actual social security?
No.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Are you a Russian bot? You got 6 numbers on this thing.
He the one told me he had a hard out, and now this nigga around here doing jokes on the wrap up.
please follow me, Dion Lack, DionLack. I have a podcast, Lackaroni and Chaz, with Chaz Rogers, and I have a podcast with Vanessa Graddick called What Don't to Watch, which is a movie review. That's it.
Dante Chang. I'm at the Ice House, August 19th, 9:30. Oh, shit. My name is Dante Chang. I'm at the Ice House, October 19th, 9:30.
Like, this is an old episode.
I'm at the Arlington Draft.
Right. Oh, we late as hell posted it.
I'm at the Arlington Draft House, October 20 in Arlington, Virginia, October 27th, 28th, 4 shows.
Cook.
So I'll see y'all up there, and that's it.
Cook.
It goes to Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. You can find me on Instagram at I am Sean Porter, SEAN. I am Sean Porter. I have this Saturday at the Ice. I don't know when this is going to drop.
Drop it Sunday.
Drop it Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's fine. But we had a great show last night at the Ice House. We killed it. And hopefully we sold out again. October 14th, Sean Porter and Friends. We do it every single month. And yeah, man, this is amazing. By the way, this is like, I do a joke about an Asian transition to a black dude, and this is it right here. Okay, this is like Dante, then the mid part, and then we finally get to Justin. Like, that's the...
What's funny is I've been told I have Asian eyes, and so like I've actually had
chinky as fuck.
I've had Asian people ask me if I had Asian in me, but I will say I had a spiritual connection to that movie. I always say that.
What movie?
What was the Asian one? The big one, Asian movie.
Rush Hour.
No,
Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even bullshitting.
I hated that movie.
I heard Asians didn't.
How you feel about beef?
I love beef.
Beef was great.
Oh,
Beef is great.
you know,
One of the best shows this year.
Before we get out of here, fuck beef. Fuck Crazy Rich Asians. I love both. I love both of them. I love beef and Crazy Rich Asians. Warrior. No one fucking talks about.
Is that a good show?
I fucking love Warrior.
You're the second person who said this now.
I fucking love, and I was telling my wife, because my wife don't even watch all the shit that I watch. She don't like all the shit I watch. And she was like, you know, this show is actually good. And I said, it pisses me off because I don't think they get nominated for nothing. You don't see announcements about the show in the trades. It's not on Hollywood Reporter. It's not in Variety. The fucking stars ain't on no late night talk shows. They're on their 3rd fucking season. And I started watching it because it was the 3rd season. And we had an Asian actress on MacGyver. Her name is Lavie Tran. She told me when it first
Vietnamese, baby.
Yeah, she told me when it first came out. She was like, "Have you seen Warrior? Oh my God, it's so good." I watched the first episode. I was like, "Yeah, it's cool. It's cool." And I didn't go back to it. But then when I went on Max recently and I saw that it was a 3rd season, I said, let me go back.
It's doing well.
I said, it's doing well. I said, let me go back and try this because I did like the first episode, but for whatever reason, I didn't go back to it. I started watching it. I'm on the end of season 2. The show is fucking phenomenal. People don't talk about it. It fucking pisses me off, and I wonder why they're not talking about it.
There's 135,000 shows on 9 different platforms.
Yeah, but I also think because they're fucking Asian. And
Have
if
you
they
ever
weren't
dated an Asian girl, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Dated is a lot.
I haven't dated an Asian woman. Mm.
I could totally see you killing the Asian women game.
Oh, no. Now, make no mistake. I actually told myself, if I was ever to get a divorce, my next woman would probably be an Asian woman.
That's when you're really successful.
Yeah, that's Dave Chappelle level.
Dion, you dated Asian girls.
Dante.
Not dated, smashed.
Dante.
Smash, but not dated.
You don't like Warrior? You seen it?
I never even
I thought he
seen
was
it. I ain't
calling
gonna lie.
Asian
I didn't
warriors.
even know about it.
See, you ain't even know about it.
I ain't even know about
See,
it.
that's the bullshit I'm talking about.
To be honest, I haven't heard about it, but I was just being supportive. Like, it's dope.
No, I've heard about it. It's actually
It's not in my head.
Watch
like,
Warrior Max. It's on Max. 3 seasons. Hey man. It's your man Justin Hires, man. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Check out the teaser trailer for my special. This is my first ever special that I'm putting out. Comedy special. Little Man,
go.
Big City. Filmed at New York City. I'm at 4 different comedy clubs in the special. Yeah, man, it's good. It's nice and tight. It's not too long. I don't do the pause game.
It's nice and tight.
You know, fuck, who cares? You know, niggas need to grow the fuck up. I be seeing Mace and I be seeing Cameron.
Need to grow up. Can I look at your Instagram? What you talking about? I bet your pussy tastes like
No. That's it. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I am fucking shitting on these bitches that niggas are thirsting over. So that is growing up. My jokes is telling them that they need to get their fucking shit together. There's the only joke that I would say that I need to grow up is literally the one where the girl is showing and I'm drinking water because I'm thirsty. Now that is the only one that I would say, you know what? But it did. I'm sorry, ain't I a comedian? Nigga said, this nigga here talking about grow up. But no, this is the point. Now this is the point that I'm finna get to. I feel like the pause game is so fucking homophobic.
It's silly.
It's homophobic. It is silly. But I feel like it's like, nigga, being gay shouldn't be like this big taboo thing anymore. And if it is, I feel like it's because you had something that happened to you as a child. Dion got diddled in his asshole.
No, it's a great punchline when you say, "Hey, yo."
See, I knew we shouldn't have stopped this podcast. Why did you stop it so early, bro? Hey, we doing Joe Rogan.
He got a hard out.
We doing 3.5 hours. What the fuck you talking about?
He got a hard out. No. But so anyway, so that's
I'm about to Postmate some more seltzers on the way right now. But you want some Hennessy, Dante?
I'm good.
But I think Tony Baker.
Next time I see you at night, I got you though.
I think I heard Tony Baker say that a long time ago. Like, it ain't pause, it's on play.
Yeah,
press play.
Yeah, fast forward. I want more.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I guess I'm so secure. I think it's only because I'm so secure with my masculinity and because I know for a fact I've never done anything gay.
Yeah.
That I don't know. And I feel like people that play the pause game, they either have thoughts or there's some sort of insecurity.
No.
I've never said the no homo shit.
No.
That's what
because I'm
saying,
secure in my manhood.
Right.
I will literally admit when a guy's good looking. Oh, that's a handsome dude.
So
because I'm secure.
Y'all
I don't
looking at it too much. I don't ever think at it as I'm insecure, but I'm more like, it's funny by saying I've never had something so big and long in my mouth before. I'm like,
Pause.
Hey, yo. It's always funny.
But the joke is that's gay.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't even think about the gay part.
You're canceled, fucker.
Fuck your feelings, nigga. And that's why we're here at Fuck Your Feelings.
All right, we're going to talk about where to meet Asian women after the show. Here we
Hey,
go.
shout out to that. Hey, man, we out here. Subscribe. If anybody was offended, Little Man Big City, October 31st on YouTube. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And if anybody was offended by anything that was said today, just remember one thing. Fuck your feelings.
Fuck your motherfucking feelings. Fuck you too.
Except you, Will Smith. I let gravity work
Fuck
with
you too, Will
Oh, yeah, I
Smith.
apologize, Will Smith. I said some shit I didn't mean.
apologize, Will Smith.
Slap the comedians and shit, motherfucker.